Chewy.
Okay, so there was a guy this week he's in New England, so it's small. He's actually Rhode Island, New Hampshire. Rhode Island's only got like 1,200 agents in the whole state. Rhode Island, Connecticut, New England, it all falls under like one MLS area. But he's got this typical challenge of he's got himself to 150 agents and he cannot get past that, break through that glass ceiling. He's like, I've tried MailChimp, I've tried Constant Contact, I've tried this, I've tried that, I've tried the other. And MailChimp and Constant Contact start with, he's just getting booted off of those platforms because he's not buying lists, but he's scraping all of the email addresses out of the MLS of all of the agents, uploading them into Constant Contacts, and Constant Contact or MailChimp or any of those sort of paid email services are just saying, we recognize this list. A million other brokers have tried to upload it already, right? Because it's easy access to get those from the MLS. Sorry, your account's banned. That's end of story for that. So he's gone through the trials and tribulations of that. But none of it, it's all, I've tried this, then I tried this, then I tried Facebook ads, then I tried this, then I tried this. I'm like, your problem is you're not doing it all together. It's not an omni-channel campaign. It's like dating one woman after the next, right? It's not an orgy.
It's not good, is it? Never is good. It's a headache.
So I said, you've got to, this campaign, needs to be omni-channel. They need to see you everywhere and you need to dominate it. And doing a couple of mail shots, mail shots don't even work. There's really no reason to, there is a reason to send out emails, right? But that's only if you've been seen in other places. It's like buying one billboard, like Better Call Saul, one billboard, right, in town is not going to get all the agents to join your brokerage. You've got to create this employing broker brand, something cool, make it, you got to look like the place that people want to work for one reason or another, while cool and exciting don't necessarily go along with a real estate office all of the time. There's ways to make it look like a place that they want to work. Some inspiration, some motivation, you've got to rally the troops. You've got to, create this employing broker brand that attracts, not, like another Domino's flyer. Hey, do you want a pizza on a Thursday night? Who's got the best offer? $9.99, $8.99, right? One topping, two toppings. All the technology's the same. Like, it's boring. And one place, then it's not going to work.
It's not going to work. And the thing is, they won't stop doing exactly what they're doing unless they have a little bit of guidance behind them, because they just think that what they're doing is repetitive and it doesn't work, but they'll continue to do it.
It's sporadic as well. I mean,
Yeah.
any campaign that you send, email, never heard of you before. First email shows up, right? Okay, interesting. Don't know who you are though, and you're just offering the same thing. But 80-20 split. And I think a word that I've been hearing a lot of recently is interview. And I think these brokers have it wrong in that they're interviewing you, right? They're the salesperson. They've got all the business, right? They're bringing the buyers and sellers, right? They're interviewing you as a broker. You're the service provider to the agent. This isn't a job interview where you're paying the person and you get to pick how they do their job, what time they show up, things like this. What they've got to offer is money in your pocket. And it's quite like what we have to offer, right? If I say, look, we're going to bring you 200 producing agents this year, and by producing, I mean on our, standard mix of 50, 30, 20. So 50% doing 1 to 4 deals a year, 30% doing 5 to 9 deals a year, and 20% doing 10 or more deals a year.
Or more, yeah.
If I bring you 200 agents at that mix, right, in exchange for $100 a transaction side, so that's 200 agents on that particular mix is somewhere between 5 and 6 transactions per year. So let's just call it 5, right? That's 1,000 extra units on your books in terms of transactions.
Correct.
Right? Yeah. It's $100 times 1,000 units to me. And then what are you left with? $900 multiplied by 1,000 units per transaction. If you're on a 90-10 split, with your agents and, your average commission somewhere around the $10,000 mark, that's a lot of money, in your pocket, which, so our our sort of interview process when we go to spend an initial outlay just in initial web design and landing page design and things like that is about $6,000, and then ongoing SEO and everything else that goes into it can be another 5 to 6 to $10,000 a month that we're spending on these brokerage campaigns, because 24,000 agents, doing one deal a year, is $2.5 million in our pocket. Doing an average of 5 deals a year, we've got budget to spend there, but we need the broker on our team. We need to create that employing broker brand. And if you've got absolutely nothing, then we've got nothing. We start from scratch, and that's okay because we've got the models to make this happen. But you've got, we need the broker to be excited and interested. Let's do this. Let's get growing. Let's build. I want 200 agents. I want 200 agents in 5 different geographical markets. Like, let's do let's aim for 1,000 agents this year. Like, that kind of excitement, and that's what we want. Not
But
these
we need them excited, and we need them to, like we said on the last one, is just pick up the phone,
pick up
communicate
the
with
phone,
us,
be
be
excited,
excited,
come to
work
the table with some
alongside us.
ideas yourself.
It's a partnership. We work together. We will scope out ideas together, and it's just like I say, it's teamwork. We're not here to work against you. We're here to work with you and get results.
Yeah, I mean, and just the ones with some motivation. I don't care if you've got no agents. I don't care if you've got 5 agents. But it's got to be. You've got to think as a broker. You have to think about recruiting like you're trying to pick up clients, right? You have to sell yourself to these people. It is not an interview process. You're not. You can post on job boards. That's fine. But anybody that's doing any real business is not going to a job board to look for their next brokerage. They're looking to get wined and dined, right? And attracted to somewhere. They're interviewing you, and you've got to think of that. So testimonials from other agents. So you've been involved, you've been responsive. All of the hallmarks of any good business. Answering your phone, right? Yeah, that is. I mean, it's beyond a pet peeve now. It's a crisis in real estate, and I don't even know if I don't. This week it feels like I asked one of the sales guys this week. I said, "Are they playing dumb or are they actually dumb?" Because we've sent documents or proposals or contracts, or I didn't get it, or can you resend it, or I didn't see it, and it's like, well, you've read the email, we've discussed it. Are you acting dumb,
Well, it's
or
like
are
we'll
you?
send out a proposal on a partnership agreement that we're supposed to be working in partnership with these people, and the emails are still hitting their junk. Like, are they taking us seriously or not? And I think the ones that are taking us seriously, I just don't think they can think outside the box and just be proactive. Just a simple thing, just like take us out of junk. Simple, but it's little things that add up that become annoying.
It's but it's in quantity. Like out of I've got a list of like 12 people that are playing it seems like they're playing the exact same game this week, and I'm like, it's not like, I know that you've read the email. I know that you've opened the DocuSign envelope, right? Because it says viewed, and you've written back asking questions about it, and it's like, okay, how do I tell you in the nicest possible way? You're not a good fit, right? This isn't fun. Wasting my time over, like, I want the productive brokers, the ones that answer the phone, the ones that get back to us, the ones that have ideas, right? The ones that are excited about this. Not, where's my money, man? We're like you're owed something. Like, we don't need your help to build your business for
Exactly.
you.
And it goes to show
Why are we building your
we're not
business?
here just for the revenue and the profit that comes in. We're here to build
We're
business
building a business.
partnerships.
We're
So
building
yeah,
an empire
and you have
together.
to be the right sort of person to work with
You got
us.
to be involved in it. You can't just be like, um, you know, I want 200 agents this year, and I want them on a 70 split where I'm taking, and I want to give them nothing, and I want to be really selective. I've got 2 agents. I've got 2 right now. Both of them are family members, right? But my expectation for this year is that I have 200 agents. Well, like, where'd you get, like? Oh, and you've been in business for 20 years. You've got 2 agents. You've been recruiting. what's the word that they use? They've been recruiting on and off. But there's a reason you've got two agents and their family members, right? Which I'm sure aren't on a 70-30 split with you, giving away 30% of their commissions. I'm sure that, being family members and one's, your brother or whatever, I'm sure that they're on 100%, right? Or near enough. There's nothing you've got that's going to attract these agents. Agents don't want to work at a boring place. Agents
Yeah.
don't want to, they already see it as though they're giving away all of their money. Transactions are few and far between at the moment for a lot of people. There's agents that I've known for 20 years that have consistently done 18, 20, $25 million a year. 20 homes at $1 million average a piece was pretty much the standard. And last year they did 5. Oh, sorry, 2024 they did 5. 2025 they did 2. Mortgage rates have a lot to do with that. Just,
They do. They do play a big part. But these guys that are high producers and consistent producers are the ones that have mastered the craft in the first instance of from starting to be an agent. And they're the ones that pick the phone up. They're the ones that communicate back with emails, any call that comes in. They're the
yeah.
top producing ones. But that goes to show those 2 years, 2024 and obviously last year, maybe not the best years in real estate, but they're still producing.
They're still producing. And I had an agent for one of our broker partners today contact me saying she was struggling building a landing page and said, okay, just what's your history? This is through the Slack. This is through Slack. Um, we need to demo this to some more people. Anyway, the agent, they want to build a landing page. I'm struggling to build a landing page. I was going to run some Google ads. It's asking me for a website, but I don't have one. So I said, okay. I said, I'm free in 15 minutes if you want to,
Yeah.
if you want a quick chat, we can discuss what might be, what might work for you here. So we jump on the phone and I said, what's your experience with Google Ads? She said, I've got no experience whatsoever. I said, okay, let me tell you a few things here. Number one, you can waste a ton of money on Google Ads.
Yep.
Where are you located? She was in Sarasota, Florida. Where are you located? Sarasota. Okay, so Sarasota real estate is going to be stupid expensive if you were to buy clicks on that, probably $12 to $25 a click. However, if you narrow this down into a niche, where are we at? So, tell me a little bit more about you. So, well, I work as a paralegal in a law firm that specializes in probate and divorce. Okay. Perfect. Right. So now we've got a niche speciality in real estate that's,
Yep.
what else can you tell me about yourself? Well, I used to work for the county sheriff's office and also the Sarasota police. I was like, I couldn't get any better than this, right? You want to talk about a
Yeah.
neighborhood expert, right? I know you can't say like the crime levels in certain areas, but I said, you can certainly, I haven't had very many calls in this area. um, right, wherever you haven't been often is probably a good place to live. But who, if you know all the streets inside and out like that, your video keeps going on and off. If you know all the streets inside and out like that, then
Yep.
and also there's a level of trustworthiness there. The trustworthiness, expertise, community knowledge, community involvement, got all of these great things that are working for you. And then on top of that, while she's not a lawyer, she's a paralegal specialized in probate. I said, we've got to focus on the probate and we've got to focus on the divorce leads, right? That we can do. Let's do a combined landing page for probate and divorce. And then once we've done it, we'll split it up into 2 other landing pages. And then we'll do hyper-local versions of that. So probate expert I said, give me a list of 10 cities, not just Sarasota, that are nearby. And then in addition to that, let's fire up our home valuation landing pages. We
Excuse
can
me.
run, we can run some searches, run some ads against, what is my Sarasota home worth?
Yeah.
They land on a landing page and the automated home valuation. So we can bang out, a good 10, 20, 40 landing pages, 10, 20, 30, 40 landing pages probably for her that she can run 40 different ads on. And instead of paying, $15 a click, that would probably run somewhere between 50 cents and $1 per click because we've narrowed down the geographical area. And then we've got niche specialities, not just real estate. We've got probate real estate. We've got divorce real estate. We've got what's my home worth in what area. So, you know, that kind of thing. And it's great that she's, it's great that she's looking for business, right? So if she wasn't doing this, she'd have nothing. If we didn't help her through it, you know, I said, look, you're probably going to spend $1 a lead. Sorry, you're probably going to spend $1 a click, and it's going to take you 10 clicks to get a lead, right? So you're looking at $10 a lead. So then out of 100 lead, out of $100, you're going to have 10 leads, right? You're probably going to need to spend $1,000, right, in order to get, but out of that, you will likely get 3% conversion. So out of $1,000 spend, you will probably get 3 clients immediately, right? Like, you can start working. So I mean, and then, you know, obviously at 10 grand back each, you know, off $1,000 spend, you're looking at somewhere in the region of a $30,000 return, which is phenomenal. Um, doesn't always happen like that, but it's a very niche and intentful search. Somebody looking for Sarasota real estate, that could be anything. Somebody specifically looking for a real estate agent or realtor that specializes in probate, right, or divorce, right, sensitive scenarios. Yeah, and who better than a police officer to deal with a sensitive scenario? I thought all of these things are great for you, right? I'm excited to help you out with this. So that's just a good example, I think, of how we can get somebody that's doing nothing with some coaching to be a top producer.